Good evening and welcome to Insider News. Tonight, farming has become one of the major sources of income and job creation in the state and is growing from strength to strength with the latest discovery of a farm in Obu, Orumba North Council area. This farm can simply be described as a one-stop farm. For details about this farm, join us after the hard news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor Willie Obiano has reiterated his administration's commitment at building legacy projects that will transcend the present generation and secure the future of generations to come. Governor Obiano restated this while speaking at the Maiden Njikoka Heroes Award, where he was recognized for excellence in public service and for his administrative contributions to the development of the council area. Correspondent David Okwasili has the report.
The award ceremony held at the council secretariat saw more than 64 indigenous sons, daughters and friends of the council area go home with several recognitions for their contributions to community development and for attaining great heights in their chosen careers. Represented by the member representing Njikoka 1 constituency and the State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Fedioramma, Governor Obiano stated that the state government will not relent at ensuring that it sustains the tempo of delivering democracy dividends to all the communities in the state.
This is an special occasion and a local government of excellence, and you have showcased that excellency and uniqueness by coming up with this appreciation ceremony.
On his part, the Transition Committee Chairman, Njikoka Council Area, Honorable George Ozo, who explained that the awardees cut across different fields of human endeavor, underscored that celebrating people who have made enormous contributions to the society will drive younger generations to understand that there is dignity in labor.
So noble aim of acknowledging the impeccable services and incomparable sacrifices effected over the years by these enlisted extraordinary personalities who have, by their deeds in public service, community service and philanthropy, lifted our spirits.
Some of the awardees, including Deputy Governor Kemo Keke, represented by his Chief of Staff, Dr. Nwufo, the Senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District, Chief Victor Ume, and the Managing Director of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, Nzeo Chenwara, praised the recognition and said it will spur them to do more.
I'm receiving this on behalf of His Excellency, Dr. Kemo Keke, with full joy and happiness, and I hope this will continue because this is a laudable event that needs to continue so that others will be encouraged to contribute to the emancipation of their people.
One thing I will say is that the Transition Chairman, in keeping with tradition, is keeping the flag of Njikoka local government flying very high.
I appreciate you all for all this. For us, we only support Njikoka local government in all its promotion activities, and we keep on doing that. Thank you.
Others who were awarded at the event included a former presidential aide, Senator Ben Diobi, Senator Uche Kunife, member representing Njikoka, Dun Kofi and the Anocha Federal Constituency, Chief Dozie Nwankwo, member representing Njikoka 2 Constituency, Dr. Pete Ibida, and numerous others. From Abagana, Njikoka Local Government Area, I am David Okwase reporting for ABS News.
It is indeed an award well-deserved, and congratulations to our MD, CEO, and the person of Chief Uchenwara and every other awardees. Missionary Health Agency called Ahuike Health Agency has been inaugurated. Governor Willie Obiano inaugurated the health agency instituted by the Oka Catholic Diocese to promote the health needs of the faithful. Our correspondent, Queen Aniwogu, covered the official flag of the agency and reports.
Performing the function at St. Patrick's Cathedral, Oka, Governor Obiano, represented by the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joe Akabike, noted that the church has remained in the forefront of championing the cause of education and health, and thanked the Oka Catholic Diocese for taking the lead by initiating the Ahuike Health Agency. Governor Obiano said health insurance scheme is part of practical Christianity and humanitarian service that will help reduce health challenges. He explained that health insurance involves keeping aside a small amount of money for one's health care, and recalled that health insurance scheme has been passed into law in Anambra State.
Because we don't have any form of saving for health. Everything about health is out of pocket.
for pocket in West States, my way. When I'm only the doing now, or my daughter, and come on, you do work at the good girl. No, Anambra state government again, and a quacker, that person was belong in one of the sooner negative.
In a keynote address, the Bishop of Awka Catholic Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, said one of the major causes of early death is lack of adequate health care, noting that this is the reason community-based initiatives like Ahike Health Agency should be supported and promoted by all. He explained that the health agency aims at providing affordable and easy access to health care services to the faithful in the diocese and beyond, and called on all to be part of the initiative.
We are leading in maternal death in the sub-Saharan Africa and continue and contribute about 14% of the global maternal mortality rate. I want every member of our parishes and communities, our parents, children, relatives, colleagues, and friends to be part of this initiative, irrespective of religious, political, social, or cultural affiliations.
In a goodwill message, the chairman on the occasion, Sir Anthony Enukeme, while describing the ceremony as an epoch-making event which will go down in the history of Awka Catholic Diocese and Anambra in general, said it will bring succor to many. The chairman, Board of Trustees of the Health Agency, Reverend Father Dr. Peter Akeni, explained that to access the services of the agency, students are expected to pay 6,000 naira per annum, while non-students are to pay 12,000 naira per annum, adding that families who register will enjoy such benefits as free access to Ahike healthcare services for pregnant women and children under 5 years. In his remark, the Executive Secretary, National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, Professor Yusuf Usman, represented by Southeast Zonal Coordinator, Mrs. Mma Osho, pointed out that the goal of NHIS is to enhance the health status of Nigerians through the provision of financial protection against high cost of healthcare services, in addition to ensuring patients' satisfaction, and called on Anambra to register to enjoy the benefits. The Ahike Health Agency, which partners with NHIS, has the Greenfield Health Management as its technical facilitator. Registration of 5 special persons by Greenfield Managing Director, Dr. Okechukwu Okonkwo, featured during the event. From St. Patrick's Cathedral, Awka, Queen Anibogu, ABS News.
The need for concerted efforts in eliminating neglected tropical diseases has been stressed. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Josephat Akabike, stated this in Awka during a press briefing in Awka. Chibuzo Okoye has the details.
So Akabika said that neglected tropical diseases affect both the poor and vulnerable in the society who live in urban slums and villages, and made it clear that the diseases are commonly caused by unsafe water, poor housing, personal and environmental hygiene. The commissioner, who maintained that the NTD, which mostly affects children, revealed that neglected tropical diseases program in the state, in collaboration with implementing partners, target to control, eliminate, and eradicate 4 major neglected tropical diseases, which are river blindness, schistosomiasis, lymphatic filariasis, as well as soil-transmitted helminthiasis. Dr. Akabike pointed out that the State Ministry of Health, in partnership with implementing partners, distributed drugs to the affected areas free, gave health education, public enlightenment, and interventions to eliminate the disease in the state.
We are calling our people, particularly parents, that they should accept these drugs and they ask questions if they are not. Most often, when we carry out these programs in local government areas, we normally make a radio announcement and in television. I think that the Ministry of Health that is in the vanguard of these things. So once they have had that kind of public enlightenment programs, they should embark on it. They should receive the drugs. They should not fear.
In a remark, the state coordinator on neglected tropical diseases, Mr. Emma Obikwalo, said that the World Health Organization has shifted the neglected tropical diseases program from control to elimination, and thanked the state government for the steady and prompt payment of its counterpart funding.
This program is going on in all communities, in all villages in Anambra State. Every village has people to distribute these drugs. Every health center. If you don't get the drug, just go to nearest health center to you and get the medicines. They are available.
The Kata Center Program Officer in the state, Atamai Isianiegono, in his remarks, noted that the state government, through the Ministry of Health, is making frantic efforts at eliminating neglected tropical diseases and are short of more robust partnerships that will entrench the society.
The state government has done marvelous this year than it has been doing. We've been having interventions in 4 different diseases. So far, we are really doing good.
It will be recalled that in 2016, Anambra State was rated best in the implementation of the Neglected Tropical Diseases program in Nigeria and has continued to sustain the gains. In Oka, it's been Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Christians have been charged to always fulfill promises. A visiting priest at Annunciation Parish, Oka, Reverend Father Dr. Innocent Weke, stated this during today's Mass, which is the last Sunday of the month. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye visited churches in the state's capital territory, and her report is taken from our studio.
Father Dr. Nweke said that Christ kept and fulfilled all promises he made because of the Spirit of God in him, so as to better the poor, the downtrodden, and the persecuted. He called on all the children of God to live up to the expectations of God and people around them, reminding the church that all created by God are one because they share in the body and blood of Christ.
We follow that to the letter. And that's what we keep on saying all the time that suffering is the only model we have. It's the person we should look up to all the time and no other person. As a man, do you think you have lived up to this? There's a married man, for instance. Have you lived up to the expectation in your family? Following your inaugural address and inaugural speech the first day.
At St. Andrew's Church, Umuike Oka, the vicar, Reverend Bonnie Ogaraku, said that it pays to worship Christ in spirit and truth, an offering of oneself to God as it pleases God at all times. Reverend Ogaraku maintained that God accepts worship from pure heart, stating that every worshipper must identify with God, advising all to recognize that God is looking at the inward man, even as he cautioned Christians to get rid of whatever that compete with the righteousness of God.
It's simply one offering itself, because true worship proceeds from the heart. So Paul admonished the Roman Christians that they should look inwardly. When the inside is open, we can offer God true worship. What God demands from us is that worship that comes from innermost heart. This is the kind of worship that God has said, and this is the kind of worship that pleases God. That's the message of today.
Also, at the All Souls Anglican Church, Enugu, the vicar, Reverend Hilary Wakabia, stated that all should draw closer to Christ through worship and thanksgiving, advising the church to love their neighborhood, be truthful, and exhibit true Christian characters.
You must be a child of God. You say that you are worshiping God, you are serving God. You must serve Him in truth and in spirit. When you look at Zechariah chapter 8, where we used as our Old Testament lesson, you will notice that verses 16 and 17 spelled out those things we must do. So you must say the truth always, you must love your neighbor, you must do those things that will always make you to be seen as a child of God.
Prayers offered for families, government, and for peaceful 2019 general elections were major features of the churches visited.
And that's a wrap on a hard news. Stay on. We shall be bringing to you Insider News in a short while. And welcome to Insider News. Agriculture, as one of the major pillars of development of the present administration, has continued to boom with the involvement of different individuals engaging as full-time farmers. A visit to Nkonya Metal Farm in Obu was evidence that Anambra are not just traders, but also farmers. Ngozo Bileri of Insider News has more on the visits to the farm.
Many have seen one-stop shops in various parts of the state, but not a one-stop farm. Recently, Insider News spotted a one-stop farm at Obu in Orumba North local government area. Chief Walter Chibo is from Obu, but was raised in Ibariam farm settlement by his father, who was living in the settlement as a farmer. Years after, as a grown man, Chief Chibo, who has garnered a lot of academic experiences, merged with practical experience, decided to live out his dream of becoming a farmer. The farm was a sight to behold. Inside the farm was over 25 fish ponds, containing over 100,000 catfishes and uncountable number of tilapia fishes used to feed the catfishes. The good news is that the farm has fish processing factory, local and industrial, though not without some difficulties, but we will come to that later. Inside the farm is a poultry with 10,000 birds. Also inside the farm, snails and grass cutter are reared. The farm also have cattle ranch, goat pen still under construction. Chief Chibo told Insider News that the cassava farm was meant to be supplying materials for the fish feed.
It's a hobby, a passion. There is nothing that gives me joy like to watch something I plant growing, just like a baby. I watch them. Sometimes I plant them, I want them to grow tomorrow. You see, like those mangoes, I want them to see those mangoes bringing fruits next tomorrow. You know?
Okay.
And we harvest fishes here every 3 months. And it's not all about harvesting every 3 months. What I tell you is that as we are standing here, if you want fish now, we'll harvest for you. So we grow them in such a way that from Monday to Tuesday, from the beginning of January to December, we have fish ready. You can see those 3 brand new tractors are not for mere exhibition. We acquired them to get ready for the real thing. Our problem is land. It's land. You can see while we are coming, there are a lot of arable land here. They are not, nobody is using them. It's only government. Government owns the land. It's only government that have the power to say, oh, we need this place for farming. So what we need now is government to help us to acquire more land.
To say that the farm was well planned would be an understatement. Check out the staff quarters where about 15 workers lived. Other things worth mentioning were banana plantation, pineapple plantation, and a proposed tomatoes and pepper plantation. Back to the challenges of the farm. Chief, could you please tell us when and what you have been doing?
Tell you, this is a long time dream. I have, even as a child who grew up in a farm settlement, I've always had that dream to own a very big farm. And somehow we started by July last year by acquiring this place. Originally this place was a swamp, but being a farmer and knowing what I want to go into, I believe that the swampy or the swamp would be the best place for a good farm. See the road. I have spent over 400 million here in buying land and in putting up. You can see what it will take to fill this swamp and put up 2 gigantic buildings there. Because you don't put a farm where you don't have staff quarters.
Yes.
You don't have production points. You don't do that. That means your workers will be coming from their home. So but here what we do is you wake up, you are in the farm. You sleep, you wake up in the farm, you eat, you go back to the farm.
And what are your challenges?
A major challenge or challenges here, 1 is electricity, 2 is land, thirdly is water. These 3 things. My brother, you saw the road. Sometimes the things we harvest here got rotten because we can't move them to the market. If we get land now, I tell you, if it is rice we want to go into, we will produce thousands of tons of rice. If it is maize we want to go into, we will produce it in large quantity. If it is tomatoes, we have the best of species of tomatoes. One of our targets is to create employment. I want to own a farm that will employ more than 1,000 people. You know?
Moving forward, in the next 3 years, if all is provided for this farm, Just as the owner said, Anambra will not be just sufficient in fish production, but will be exporting fishes to the international markets. The farm will as well employ a good number of youths, thereby helping state government in providing employment for many. In Obu, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS Insider News.
Indeed, this is a one-stop farm. You know, when he was outlining the challenges, I was thinking maybe he would say finance, but he mentioned water, he mentioned electricity, and he mentioned land. At the end of the day, it all behoves on you that is not doing anything and folding your arms and waiting for the government to come to your aid. That is not the way it works. You have to start something. Asina, and no food for the lazy man. That was why he took that step to go into agriculture. You know, heeding to the clarion call of Our Excellency, the Governor of Anambra State, Chief Dr. Willie Madabrochikobiano, on agriculture. It's kudos to the owner of that farm, Nkonye Metalo Farm in Obu. All right, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like I said, www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram on ABS Radio TV. And that does it on Insider News tonight. Believing you had fun. Join us Sunday next for another interesting package. My name is Maureen Stone Enuchoke. Good night.